Hello and welcome to my stream here. I hope you are having a good Thursday afternoon. Welcome in. I'll be playing some more Supreme Commander and I'll be going ahead to do some skirmishes, some warm-ups first, and go on from there. I'm basically doing the I'm at least trying to do the same thing as last time in that I'm going to be doing a desktop capture. Hopefully I can capture the audio separate, the game audio still separately this time, and then it works out. And Drake, hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a good afternoon now. And yeah, Antira, good morning to you. I hope you're having a good morning. So let me switch over and see what map I'm going to be starting on. I hope you had some fun on the crate and all is fine. I'm pretty sure though that with the equipment of the crate it went a lot more smoothly than it would have gone for you with the Kestrel. And Dira, I hope you're having a lovely time so far. I'm happy to hear that you are enjoying Candy's stream. And yeah, I also hope that your Thursday is fine, that Tuesday, Wednesday were fine for you. And I do think I'm going to be trying some warm-up on this map. And then see in an hour how far we get. I already started a game. That is not exactly the map though I wanted to play, but it was absolutely correct that I did have a game open already. And I'll be playing Aeon on this map against random, as you might already expect. I do want to master the Aeon as a race, partially because they do have one of the most interesting and most overpowered experimentals in the Paragon, basically infinite energy and mass, infinite econ. And yeah, so there's one larger difference to the map we had last time, which has been removed from the map pool, that this has a lot of water, which I'll see what I will need to do with it, and I'll be going for a purely random spawn, random unbalanced, because those, with maps like these, are the most fun. Well, I do hope that you will be, well, if you, let me put it like that. If you do need to, and if you do manage to fall asleep now, then that is absolutely fine by me. If not, I hope I can help you over the worst of it, and you'll then need to see. Okay, you're wide awake. I do hope that tonight you'll be able to sleep better, and that I am not surprised that you managed to make a lot of profit with the CG. I think that was pretty much to be expected, and I did start with the wrong factory. I prefer to start with air factories at the moment, but this is a land factory. Let's see how I need to adjust. Probably very quickly build an air factory, because the land scouts are not going to be able to give me the same amount of information as quickly as the air scouts can. Okay, there is some reclaim, mass reclaim about. but we'll be first going into this direction, add some more power here afterwards as well. And if you were busy watching Airbender, in which case you did have something good to do so. But I understand sometimes you just get hooked onto something and then you completely forget that you actually would want or need to do something else. Some more reclaim. Going around here, you are the second to last. Yeah, you'll be building an air factory, please. Let's get the clutter here a bit more out of the way. Ooh, I hope you have enough. You have enough reserves in order to be able to get back to a port. Canopies blowing out is always nasty, nasty business. 7 minutes, that ought to be enough in order to get to an emergency port. And I do think I'll be putting down some stuff here already. I am getting enough mass income from the reclaim here that I feel fine continuing here, but I have no idea which way I shall pull the ACU yet, because I have not yet found my opponent. With the air factory though, I should be able to ascertain that rather quickly now. Have you put down a few energy storages, helpful with a lot of things, including a better defense, and then send somebody over here? No, okay. I do need some defense over here, so let's put down another factory over here. And I'll be just going to be doing some claims all the way over here, trying to take possession of all of these mass points, and I can move the ACU over here. I'm happy you enjoyed that beach episode. Yeah, it's absolutely not giving me enough though, is it? Did I... Oh, it looks like they did shoot it down. Let me pull a mixture of scout and other stuff over here. They are playing Cybran. Okay, looks like it landed. And that's why then it got shut down. I'll be pulling out some bombers. And yeah, go on from there. I don't know if I already answered you for that particular aspect. I do not have a very strong opinion on either of the state of sexiness for Zuko. You like Book 3 Zuko. Yeah, he is an interesting character, especially regarding his background. He has a lot of issues he might need and want to work through. I did say over there, since I do want to block this bay off by my opponent. Okay, and I do have enough mass at the moment to be able to pull... to basically pull some more here. Let's hoover up the stones in the vicinity. I think almost a perfect spot for the radar at the moment. Quite close to the enemy base, and then the commander will be fetching this stone in particular. Well, you do need to consider that this gang basically on their own defeated some of the best warriors that the Fire Nation had, and then you have this goofy gang that cares a lot about having fun and all of that, rather than being the most serious warriors ever. It's surprising that he was that awkward, but I do think that in the end it's not as surprising as some of the other things in general. Okay, there's some stuff moving out. I don't immediately mind. That's a T2 now. We're having more things going on there. And with the commander up front, I do think we'll be fine like this. And get me a few T2 engineers on the double afterwards. I do need a few... No. Give me fighters as many as you can, and I'm going to be putting up some air refueling stations up here. Yeah, and despite that, this is probably the strongest group of all the different nations at the moment, and I can understand him being a little bit shell-shocked for that. It's not great when you think you have this huge group, this powerful group rather, that is going absolutely ham, and you feel like, okay, not even half as serious when you get to know them as you might have expected. So yeah, him being awkward and not exactly knowing how to deal with a group in the beginning, I don't think is something that we can blame poor Zuko on. Get me another air factory afterwards. That's going to be the big main factory. I do want some more bombers and stuff, especially since he does at the moment seem to care that I have air factories. Oh yes, I'm not saying he's not being cute, but if you go ahead and do that, he is going to be even more awkward. Some more from here. Let's drop. Okay, that hurt, and he has some fighters. That is good to hear. That's good to know now. Okay, I think the commander is going to get a single gun upgrade up at the moment. And then we'll see how it goes. We absolutely need more power. Yeah, I can't do much there. Let's do something there. Okay. Well, while it may be awkward, if at one point he does allow you to touch his hair, you know that you have gained his yeah, that he's comfortable around you and that you gained his confidence. No, not quite. Okay, that's not quite the word I am looking for. Okay. It's good we have deep energy reserves. But I can't add much onto that at the moment. Although I do want to. Yeah, so much like with a lot of pets and their bellies, if they do let you touch them, you know that they are comfortable around you and that they feel comfortable enough for you to touch their vulnerable parts. And that is something you can then be very happy and proud with. Possibly, I mean, these things are always going to happen. But I do also think that that is... that he wasn't on edge much for that, and then reacted too late is already a surprisingly good sign for her. To a degree, possibly that may be part of the influence, but had he been on edge like he usually would be, it probably would not have happened quite like that. Yeah, and understandably, if you do not like the style and stuff, then you don't feel like... yeah. You are going to feel about it, and that is part of what added to his not being so careful. Yeah, but if he had liked how his uncle styled his hair, that would have resulted in a big issue, a big argument probably. Okay, I do think I want to add... I can't quite add it like that. Okay, that's not quite deep enough, but I am looking good, so we're doing some upgrades here. Great. We can do some more upgrades here. I'll be taking one of these, 4 more upgrades, and then let's run these through here. I think what I am going to do with you is you're going to come down here, build me something, build a land factory, do this and build 2 more land factories. It is seemingly always easier for bystanders to like a certain style, and the people themselves feel a lot less happy about it. Yeah, the ponytail might have been too much. Let's see, do I have the... How much does he want to protect back here? It's not like there is no protection, but it could also be much better. Let's put this up. I also just wanted this. And then I'll be building 2 more factories here, and then I'll see how much I can push it and overrun them. There's some stuff over here. This is going to be upgraded. You're going to be putting out some people and upgrade again. And I can put down a few more. No, that's mass storage. A few more energy storage is about here. And upgrade this, I think. Okay, that is definitely still requiring some effort, but also you two go upgrading. Yeah, for the shave already, it's hard. It can be hard to say. I know a few people who do like to shave their heads, others understandably do not. Hair can be messy, as with so many things, but I do think that taking pride in your hair is not a bad. It's not bad. Okay. I do have a few here now. Let's put down 2 more air factories. And then get a few engineers out of here. Edem. Okay, where are upgrades? I can understand that, and there is definitely some idea of penance for the 2 there. But if you're doing such things, then it's very rare that they are very comfortable. Are you T2s? You are now T2s. Please get some gunships in there. And if I do remember correctly, them cutting their hair off, or them having to cut their hair off, was intended as a sort of punishment. Are you... Yeah, no, we're not kidding. Come on, capture. And you are going to be building a cyber and air factory immediately. That's not a great... moment here. We absolutely need another radar installation. We need immediate upgrades. Yeah, and then having to take penance and remove them was not something they enjoyed. It wasn't supposed to. You can make an argument that they didn't deserve it or that it wasn't appropriate, but punishments don't usually care for that much. Especially in older systems, it tends to be that they care for stability and stuff, but not necessarily for a fair judiciary. And the Fire Nation at the time very clearly had other problems than trying to build a fair judiciary. Hop, hop, hop. Let's push a bit deeper into the... Okay, no, those are Tech 2 things coming out there. Okay, you two are going to stop, and you are going to upgrade like this. That's probably an engineer. I have some knowledge about it. I have not, unfortunately, neither read the comics nor stuff, so everything I know is basically second-hand knowledge. Yeah, I might sit... I probably ought to sit down at some point soon to give it a read. It is a very important story in our time. And... yeah, but it can be hard to find time, and I'm reading other things as well, and I do try to keep up with scientific publications, and all of that can become a lot, and then suddenly you don't feel like you can keep up with with something else as well. But I do agree that I do want to do the effort. Okay, got some over here. Can I put a farm over here? Not complete, but that's fine. Give me some more energy and cap that with storage in a reasonable manner. Do some more mass upgrades here and get some bots onto the front from here. Okay, I think I need to put some point defense down like this, and I definitely need some air defense on this island as well as a radar tower. Didn't put one down here, but this being the middle is quite an important thing. And now I'm running very bad. En masse, that is to a point to be expected, but I don't think I have... Oh, bloody hell. Are you... No, you're not kidding me, are you? They pushed up ahead and I didn't put out enough to defend. Okay. I do need to pull out gunships in order to defend there. And rebuild. So stop you. You're going to go to T2. You are going to build over there, and I hope that I don't lose this facility in particular now. Okay, that is clear now. Repair. And I now do want to push back here. And I do want to say that this group ought to be able to push in here. I'll have some of the destroyers come forward here as well. So for Twilight Princess, I haven't read the comics, but I don't think I need to worry that it has changed all that much. From the game's story. So it is something I am more aware of, let's put it like that. Yeah, this is plenty strong enough to do a lot of damage here. Yeah, I think that is something that a lot of players already were thinking about. And you can say a lot about Midna, but she is a gigantic tease. Or, tease maybe not exactly sure, but she does fit in the beginning. The tsundere stereotype. Again, not terribly surprising. She does have a very bodacious booty, if I may say so. Ooh, dang it, I'm building... Okay. You are going to go off. And I'm building the wrong thing. Okay, and that exploded everything. Which turns out it's not all that bad after all, because I did manage to defeat the opponent here. Oh, yes. And the Japanese, especially, they do know what they want to see. Yeah, and I'm pretty okay. I wasted actually quite little mass. especially compared to energy, but that's fine. You can... Wasting energy is a lot less troublesome than wasting um, mass. If you waste energy, that means that you could always use the entirety of your mass. Vice versa, though, it means you didn't produce as much mass, and together with all of the rest of the production stalling. Well, she does have a very bodulacious cake, as we already established. So, and yeah, there might be something, but that is something that you need to know for yourself, and it should not to matter to anybody else. As such, yeah. And I do believe, to a degree, you can find people attractive without immediately that being a sexual attraction. That might just be me, though. Okay, we are starting in the same corner. This time I am not going to make the same mistake. 3, 1, 2, and... let's make it... let's build it like this. A few engineers, a few spy planes. Or both, yeah. Yeah, she's not bad either, and I mean... Again, if you do think so, I don't think there's anything bad about that. Like, at all, so... Yeah. I'm just not entirely sure if I need... how important that information is to me. But thank you for sharing. It is quite, I can imagine, private feeling information, so thank you for feeling comfortable in my stream that you do feel like sharing. Yeah, these things can be on the complicated side, and I don't think that there is necessarily a right or wrong answer, and as such you need to... And as such, maybe it is more important who the people are rather than their sex, which can always lead to the issue that it's not quite the same for them, but that can always be the case, that people don't feel the same as you do. Okay. Let's have a look about this leg, and let's have a look about this particular leg. And then a few more engineers. These I'm definitely going to be taking... Okay, I'm definitely going to go on here. Yeah, and I mean, there is nothing immediately wrong with being able to give good hugs. Okay, I do want you to come over here immediately. Put down some anti-air. Yeah. that is definitely something. Fluffy is immediately considered cute. Very reasonably so, but if we ever meet a fluffy alien race, they need to be ready to deal with us and us finding them cute. Okay. It is going up, so... no. That's, no, that's bad. I didn't... I need to do this first, pull this up, and... two ground factories here that I also need to start powering. Oh, this is so unfortunate. I hope that I have enough mass here. Yeah. I do think there is going to be maybe some confusion in the beginning. Very quickly, though, I do think that will be understood. An alien race will also have evolved over time and thus have some knowledge about how evolution and biology works, and that combined should hopefully be enough to allow them an understanding of what is going on with us. Is there a smattering more of reclaim here? Fortunately, I did not quite do it in the best way possible, coming from over there, so I really want to try and get as much reclaim now as possible from the map. And I do need the commander up here to start doing some defenses. Okay, you are going to do some more reclaim, and I absolutely need some point defense down here as well. May not be the best in it being static, but I do want to cap their radar system immediately. I do hope that their defenses are not too bad yet in order to be able to get through. And yeah, they are pushing aggressively already. Okay. I am at least starting. Well, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, you have tigers, and tigers are absolutely not peaceful. They are very aggressive. So, yeah, I understand the idea, but I don't think that is going to necessarily be the case. Well, we take tigers seriously, and they are quite floofy. So it might not be quite as easy to take them seriously, but taking them seriously, we will, especially when they, or if they should prove to be dangerous. If they prove that they can back up their aggression with more than just talking smack, I mean, there is going to be some stuff there, and I do need to get up there and hopefully remove those engineers. Can I push you to T2? That's a T2 already. Okay, that's a point defense finished here. That is a second Aeon. I've been under attack. So that is not as bad, and I'm getting... And they're taking some pot shots at me here. Let me upgrade gun. I can defend the position while doing that, and I am lacking somewhat in power. Commander under attack. Okay, so that is actually good that we have the defense working there. Uh-oh. Okay. Safe, I need to get something down there. Okay, commander versus commander. But I do have now a very clear advantage here. So I'll be pushing him back, and I have some more of the reclaim he shoved forward to take. I need a radar. So time to put one down. Okay. You're going to reclaim that. That was the wrong position. And you're going to be building over there. There we go. And now I have too much mass, so I'm wasting. That's not good. Yeah, and he has already aggressively expanded throughout the map. Upgrades. Some T2 engineers here. Yeah, he's been quite aggressive. Can I do something about that? Or is there already more over there? In which case I do want to block that. And there's probably another engineer coming up here. Let's put down a factory. And I'm completely... that's bad. That's really bad. I am completely power blocked. There we go. Let's move forward a little bit here. I can't be power blocked anymore because the radar is very important for my defense here. Okay. Going down en masse again, but everything else can still upgrade. Commander under attack. P2. 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 Can't put one over there, but I can put one more here, and energy storage is in between. And over here as well. Okay. Commander is a little bit too far forward, so let's pull him back. I want to upgrade here. Okay. Let's, get me some more engineers. Possibly. I'm not saying that that is not the case, that sentient floof would be harder to take seriously. But on the other hand, I am not sure if that is not going to lead to other issues if they are properly aggressive when we don't take them seriously. Well, starting at one point, we're always going to be taking them seriously, that's for sure. But it might be delayed compared to what it otherwise could be. Let's stop just about there. I don't mind making sure that he's not building any naval factories, but I don't necessarily want him to be able to shoot come on, shoot the ships already. 1, 2. Okay, you are going to upgrade, and the next one there is going to be upgrading as well. And Draig, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're going to have a good time at work. And if you come back and you have the energy, I'll be seeing you later in the black. Delay would be a thing, but it's also always the question of at one point we will take it seriously, no matter how floofy they are. They're just going to then be floofy sentient tigers in a way. Oh, you're also a little bit close. Let's get some more distance here. And I do want an engineer over here. I do want to push further up that way. Okay, and he is aggressively pushing T2 units already here, so like this basically. You haven't upgraded. Okay, so I'll need these to keep pumping. Some more mass upgrades. Let's get some stuff from here, and we have a few more rocks we can absorb. Then probably make another one. I do want some T2 engineers on here. Yes, they can be, but very much on a case-by-case basis. And unlike lions, which can get... No, tigers are a bit different in that... So a lion, for example, once he is used to humans, he's going to be cuddly for a long time because he is not seeing humans as a possible food source. Tigers, on the other hand, they don't care about what it is. As long as it's moving and it is doing other stuff, it is very quickly taken as food, and thus aggression is always a possibility, if that makes sense. And that leads to tigers being a lot less able to be cuddly. Even if you do know a tiger, and if you do know a tiger well, one mistake is unfortunately going to be putting you into a world of pain. And yeah, it's very... Tigers are... They, again, can be... they don't need to be, and they can flip very quickly, much more than any other cat. Okay. Probably have to put some stuff over here. I'm not sure what's going on over here. Everything is dark. Well, a house cat is never going to try and eat you. And a tiger, if he has a bad day, he is going to see you either as a big nuisance or big food. And that's nothing against the tiger, that is just unfortunately what is going to happen and how they think. But yeah, that is not great in them remaining very cuddly. That is also a big difference if you have an animal that is social already, that is very often much more amenable to becoming part of a different group, let's put it like that. To a degree, these things are always complicated with wild animals. That is producing some pain. Can you please get them out here? Well, I do have a bit more going on. No, like this, please. And then I should be able to get some more stuff in here. Oh, cheetahs are amazingly cuddly. Also for that, there is good reason. Unfortunate reasons as well, but they are terribly cuddly, and I just see that we're going to be having some ads. So to everybody who is seeing those ads, thank you very much for your patience with and during them. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I should be able to get these upgrades in like this. Get this upgraded here and this as well. Okay, that might have been a bit too much. Let's put some more caps about these, and you are still T1 mass extractors. So we need to push them a bit harder here. Okay, I do worry a little bit about overdoing it at the moment for my mass. But I ought to be able to pull some nice reclaim from here. Yeah. They are very cuddly. And there's unlike with a lion, for example, showing themselves to be cuddly, where you do want to worry at least a little bit about it. Cheetahs are absolutely safe. Yeah, but there again, I do love the ideas that we're going, okay, you are a nervous wreck. Please have a dog animal companion and he'll make you feel better and appreciate it. And it's like, yeah, it's not only man's best friend in a way. And I find it very cute. Yeah, absolutely. Very cute, and I really like to see it in the sense that, yeah, okay, we do have these animals, and we are just making a big effort on seeing how we can help them without being too intrusive, and a really enjoyable stuff. I'd really like to see it. Okay. We have one veterancy here. Let's clean up. Let's really try and clean up this space. But it also shows how good dogs are at reading moods. So much so that it is actually really impressive. I have. There can be a ton of reasons for that, and it can be as simple as he is smelling unpleasant, or he might even be smelling food-like. The snake going, "Ooh, this is food," and then acting aggressively, trying to get the snack that she smells. Animals, in that sense, can be weird sometimes. No, actually, let's build this like this. Yeah, but, and that is something a lot of humans don't realize, we are spreading our scent far and wide, even if we're currently not moving too much. Yeah, again, there might be a whole number of reasons why that is the case. Do these moments feel weird? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Again, there could be a whole host of reasons. He looks differently, he moves in a different way. Fair enough. It can be weird, and it probably feels very weird to Mark, but I mean, if Snek has decided Snek not like you, then you're not going to be able to dissuade the snake from it too much. Okay, why did I go over there in that weird way? Yeah, animals can be very complicated, but there's often an at least hidden reason behind their behind how they act at the moment. Okay, I am not unhappy that the computer does not go too much on air right now. Oh, it's the yeah, okay. It's the video version of Mark. Yeah, oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Movement stuff, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Snek doesn't like him. And what Snek doesn't like, Snek doesn't like. Animals can be weird. I've seen cats that dislike a specific, again, person on TV or something. There's often a reason behind it. Again, though, I'm not surprised that it feels weird, especially to react like that to people that you've never met. But animals, again, have a very hard time in distinguishing between TV or not. Fair enough. It is not going to be easy to find out why exactly that happens as the owner afterwards, but it is what it is, and while I understand being curious for a reason, I'm also also quite aware that it's probably not going to be forthcoming. Okay. That's not great. Let's build some defenses for against those here. We're having some missiles flying in. I'm not a snake whisperer, so all I can do is speculate. But my guess actually would be that he resembles either something or somebody the snake has made a bad experience with, and thus is aggressive towards. Again, that's speculation. So what we can say from that it is not that the case, that the reason is not the screen or how the screen acts during YouTube. Animals don't necessarily act all that rational all the time as well. I absolutely understand that it doesn't feel like it's making sense, but these things are what they are. Okay, so there is something about Mark. I'm not sure how good snakes are with recognizing things. Okay. I've carefully built up my forces. Is this enough like this? But I have reached the limit here to what the skirmish at the moment can tell me. I've been too passive and I should have been aggressing much earlier. Oh no, he does have some T3 tech, so I might need some more afterwards. You are building stuff. Let's have a few more power plants here. Although I do expect to win with this specific push here. Those things can actually become dangerous for snakes. Unless the water was warmed, it's going to rob them of heat. Snakes can be peculiar in that sense, absolutely. Okay, it was warm water because even an inch of cold water can become lethal to snakes. Okay. I might want to go for the comm. But getting the energy infrastructure at first is more valuable. And there goes the comm. Okay. So I think I have an understanding of this AI now, although In other modes it may change. But snakes are unfortunately very dependent on ambient heat, and they may absolutely go into hypothermia if the water is cold. Water can conduct heat very, very quickly. Tusky Scott, hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a good Thursday. And no, I am not playing with the loud mod. I'm playing on FAF, but I'm not even sure what that mod is. On FAF, at least, I don't seem to be able to find it. Maybe if it is an abbreviation, I do not know what it stands for. Okay, there is somebody in the queue. Let's see if we're getting matched. So let's try that out. If not, I'll be going back to skirmishes and try to practice a little bit more. Okay, that is indeed a weird thing for a snake to do. Although I know of humans that get angry for something and then go like, why did I get angry about that? That's not that wasn't worth it. There's not much you can do there. And again, as I said multiple times, humans as well as animals can act weirdly from time to time. Okay, let me have a look while we are searching for a game on FAF. They are just him being unusually spicy. Okay, I get that. Tusky Scott, thank you very much for the follow.
Tucky Skit is now following.
Supreme Commander. Yeah, I've seen Tofu before. I think he has a black snake sibling. Yeah. I'll take a look at the Loud project. I'll be installing it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing it much. But I'll definitely check out. I'll definitely check it out. So yeah. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'm not sure though, from what I've read in the Loud description, if it can do matchmaking. It definitely contains a lot of code optimization stuff, so that is something that is it's quite nice to see, and that is something that the FAF project doesn't really do because it's also a preservation project as well as trying to do some improvements. So understandable that these might not be compatible. Yeah, I've heard about that too. That's Samba and would just eat tofu, um, not because of any mean spiritedness, just because tofu would be food for Samba in the wild, and such. Um, we have this unfortunate constellation in which they cannot be together. Okay, it seems like I am not going to be able to matchmake with anybody. So I'll be jumping back into the skirmishes. I think I will go through on the same map, go through the other three parties as well and see where some of the differences lie. Yes, she is a very cute snake. I do think that snakes in general have an aura of a slight aura of cuteness at least, although they do not like to be bothered much. So for people who have snakes, although you probably know that better than me, that not every snake wants to be moved around. Yeah, that she has, and she likes booping stuff already, so a bit of a cat in that regard, in that she also goes out and boops things with her nose. Snakes do not have an immediate use for that, so I don't know exactly where that may have come from. Yeah, probably nobody in my MMR range at the moment. So let's try and build up the same stuff and learn and try to learn some of the differences in the units here with the same difficulty of AI. And I have not drank anything since the start of stream, and I do feel my throat getting dry. So let me fill up the 2 glasses and I'll have a quick fill up of the glasses here. I understand, but there is a very, very good reason as to why people are so afraid of snakes. Snakes, for the longest times, have been our biggest killer, and becoming evolutionary afraid of what can kill you from like the hidden areas as well. It's very understandable that we're afraid of it. Cheers. Antira, thank you very much for the hydrate. Okay, let's go on with UEF, and that is not quite the color I thought it would be. I think this was the dark green I was looking for. Same settings as before, and I'll be going air first again, just because it gives me access to a lot more scouting information, and it took me a while, but I do now really understand how reliant I was on knowing my scout timings in StarCraft in order to be, or how much I got used to those timings in order to play a good game. Well, luckily the throat is not quite angry yet at the moment, but if we don't put an effort in to keep it that way, it is going to become angry, and that is not something we want. So thank you very much for the hydrate. Okay. The only thing I didn't check is whether I'm going to have another Aeon again as the opponent. First off, ensure a bit more power. I believe that you're already feeling a little bit giddy about it. I hope that you're going to be enjoying it, and then I hope you're going to have a good time out today. Let's do this like this. I have one more here. What am I going to do with you? I think we're going to go like this, actually, like before. You would have been completely superfluous. Okay, I still need some energy. But at least I'm going to get a 60 plus here. It's 60, it's 42. So cool, but not catastrophically cool. And I just saw that we are facing a Cybran, and we have my second scout out, actually. So let's see where we find our primary enemy. Yeah, that is a very decent temperature in my opinion. So we're going to gobble this up, put down an air factory, and then fortify the center island there. And you have anti-air plus a direct fire Gauss. Okay, cool. That is exactly what I'd be looking forward to. And there is a bit more mass down here to hoover. Which I am running a bit out of. Okay. So I do want to push over here 2 more facilities there. More mexes here and some more over here together with a ground factory. Do I have another? I do. So please, for that one to hoover up more of the mass about everywhere else. Okay, so you slept yesterday and instead of yesterday night, well, makes sense that you couldn't sleep tonight then, or yesterday night, however you want to see it, because you had such a large amount of sleep that you already took in beforehand. So it does make sense that that would that would have an impact on the rest of your sleep schedule. Also, I do want to bring the commander over here. And with how much I have here, I do want to get this started. And then afterwards we're going to be putting up some more mexes. That's a good moment to exchange your pillowcase. I hope... Well, no. After a while they will tear, no matter how careful you are with them. And so... having a tear is nothing terribly surprising as well. Okay. We went quite good on the mass side for a moment. And now we need to catch up again a bit more. All of the easily accessible reclaim. And we're going to do some more hoovering here once we get there. No, sorry. I am going to have you do it like this. I do need this earlier than expected. Give me some scouts and some mechs here, please. Okay, that is going to be finishing up soon. And I also need this, so ouch. And I don't even consider this a great economy, if I am fair. I'm not producing much except... Oh, I had a triple upgrade. Okay, that would absolutely have led to issues. And... okay, that's bad. That's the enemy getting the island. I need bombers. Probably only like 5 I'll be able to do something with at all. Let's bring this over. Okay, you're upgrading. I'll upgrade you and you now as well. You have a normal pillow and a fluffy pillow. Okay, the problem is once air defense comes online. I can't allow air defense to come online. Do I have an available upgrade for the comm? I do, but I absolutely don't have the energy for it. Okay. That is not bad. And I'll be able to bring a new... Oh, we are going to have... Okay, I have a few more now. You posted your fluffy pillow. I'll have a look at it after the match. I am quite worried, and I don't want to say reasonably so, but unfortunately reasonably so, that if I take my eyes off this for too long, I'm not going to be able to... I'm going to miss something and I'm going to get clobbered bad. Let's make one of these with a bit of stuff behind it, and I'm going to put up another one. Okay, the enemy is pushing hard on air interceptors here, but with what I have I'll be able to keep the island secure now, and I'll be able to build some stuff here now on my own, of my own. Okay. Let's build my own interceptors now, even though I am a little bit late to the party. And we are upgrading nicely. Some more build stuff here. And let's go. No, you are going to stop and tank air defense artillery. Okay.
Commander under attack.
Okay, that's not too bad. At least I hope it's not going to turn out too badly. Some more stuff here. Well, hello. Welcome in. I tried to do a ladder game, I didn't manage to get in, so now... Are you kidding me? Well, okay, that works as well. That's not exactly what I wanted to see, I'll be honest. But it works. Okay. Got my second engineer here. So I'll be putting down some energy storage stuff. Nice, enjoyable, fluffy pillow. Oh my god, he's building point defense there. I knew that if I'm not careful, I'm going to run into issues. Okay. I hope that bomber finishes. Ah, that's not looking great. I am very happy you like your pillow. And that is actually quite important. You can't... The better the pillow, the better you sleep usually. Let's bring my interceptors forward here. And we are going to get some engagement here. I do think that I have enough production to go on to T2.
Commander under attack.
Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, no, but this looks very solid, and with the T2 he is going to get a lot more stuff. I'll be sending some mongoose here over to stabilize that. I'll be building another one. And I'll be sending out... Bloody hell, landed something over there. I hope I can get those. One goes over there. The other one will go over to the island here. I did want to upgrade that one. So the underside is baby blue, and it's a comfortable pillow. Well, I am happy to know that you still, after all these years, have a comfortable pillow. Okay, let's get a few more of these out before we upgrade those as well.
Commander under attack.
I don't have the largest amount of pillows. I have some plushies, although I haven't bought any in recent years. Yeah, and with all of this, this is very much well defendable. Okay, since we do have T2, let's build some T2 point defense. Well, Ember does not yet even have a pillow, so there's not much we can do. Okay, are we serious? How did you get over there? Okay, that PD is going to finish long before the capture finishes. Oh, but he decides that the mexes are the more important one. No, he's going to be able to cap me anyway. Okay, that's nasty. Okay, coming under some attack here as well. And I'm sorry, I am probably missing quite a bit of conversation there, but I do not want to get removed here. Let's cap this. And then we are going to do something like this. They are more Twitch streamers than... Oh, bloody hell, yeah, this is not looking good. Okay, Mongoose, you come out and you just stand there and we're going to do defense and stuff. We raided out to Ember before. She is my favorite streamer at the moment, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So yeah, she's a very good YouTube streamer, very warm, very welcoming, very much herself. Okay. We are starting to stabilize. That means that I'm risking... that I am risking stuff in other places. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, bloody hell. That is not looking good. We need to do that for her, but... okay, how did I... oh, I do have the Naval HQ already. Destroyers and like this. Since I have this, I'm going to put a few more engineers out. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that as well, but didn't find a model that appealed to me, so I decided, sod it, I don't have a big issue with my appearance. So let's do it like that. Yeah, merch is a very nice... is very nice to have, and I do understand people enjoying it. Well, thank you for asking, but I don't think that I am currently in a position where that would be a feasibility. Oh, you have some merch from Rose. Yeah. She is also a nice streamer, streaming more the same times than I do, so I can't really watch her so much. Yeah, but that is something I'm actually really happy to see. There's a lot of good streamers about at the moment, a lot of worthwhile streamers. Yeah, these two I'll absolutely want to upgrade to factories at the moment. I'm going to put some missile defense in now that they are upgrading to T2. And these two... Stop. Naval, yeah, that's what I thought. Naval factories, please. And the middle island gives them so much control over everything here. Mongoose, come step over here. Let's see if I can capture that engineer. Okay, they are currently... they're currently trying to hoover up my mass extractors. Rude, but what are you going to do? Yeah, I get these kinds of jokes. Despite everything, I think the worst nation you could be is France. And again, also very much a joke. Okay, let's do a quick patrol here. There's a lot of mass to hoover up. And then tank, like this. Okay. Okay, let's pull that back. I do not want to lose the engineer, although I'm probably going to. Okay, that is done. Governors over here, please. Okay. Something exploded. Oh, that was probably that mass extractor. And I am running low on mass in general. It's annoying that they really managed to fortify that position. Well, I remember you telling me about that, and I'm happy that it is resolved in so far that you don't have that it healed up properly, let's put it like that. Okay. It's not all that great at the moment here. I am holding, but I have no idea how this part exactly is looking. Also do want to repair here, although I do have a bit more reclaim I want to take. Yeah, I hope that it's also not going to be a repeat issue at one point. Some things you are well enough off after having experienced it once. Okay. And I need to get to a point where I'll be able to mellow down again a bit more. Let's do a few more flapjacks, a few more artillery as well. Okay, at least power is looking fine. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for dropping in during your free time. Thank you very much. Okay. There's probably a ship or something about there as well. Okay, I can finally give this island a clean and then go take it for myself. You're probably... No, you're not on a loop. 12 hours feels at least more feasible than 8 hours. Although, if you use them just before going to sleep, that should be fine. Okay. The enemy is still trying to really push into here. I mean, in a way, I can't tell him that well, I can tell him that I don't want him to, but it's very understandable as to why he wants to push in. Let me see. Can I push close enough to the island that I can do some point defense creep? Probably not. I'm going to risk it though. If I can manage it, that is going to be a huge additional amount of resources. Okay, I'm going to be pushing one more. I think you can stop, and I'm going to push this to P3, to T3. That is going to make that whole excursion a lot more comfortable, I imagine. Although you did like your boots, so... that was... you did like them, so it wasn't the worst possible experience. I'm probably going to nab myself another Cybran engineer here. And I did say for them to put down a factory, so let's upgrade that immediately. So we are going to be wanting to come up to here. Are we putting down another point defense? Okay. Seriously though, I do think that for the AI, this ought to be sufficient in pushing power. Yeah. Okay, that is very much something you always were putting them on beforehand, but you don't require that anymore, which is nice to see. And yeah, I'm actually quite happy that you do not need to do that. I think while it was not the worst, it was a bit of a pain for you to do that early, especially since you had no idea afterwards on how long it would take and all of these things. And it's been half an hour. I didn't even manage to get to any T3 units yet. Are we pushing out some more naval assets here? And I do want to push some more mass upgrades as long as we do have plenty of it. And I do think that we filled up the stocks so much that I can actually go a bit ham on it here. And the enemy is already at T3. Reactors and the like, and he does not have strong enough defenses at the moment, it seems like. Nevertheless, where is my commander? There we are. Nevertheless, I do think reinforcing this before falling back is not a bad idea. Good enough to be able to predict when she's arriving, but not good enough that you can plan properly for when to put on your boots. Okay. So this is a decent T2 unit mixture, I want to say, although the mongooses can stop the spam on their own. But losing this island was not good. One difference that I noticed in the units is that the UEF units seem to be a lot more robust. They do seem a lot less bothered with damage. They can take a lot more punishment than the early Aeon units. So I'm guessing they have a longer build time, i.e. that they are more expensive. Okay. Let's try Cybran, and then probably as a last practice match for today, we'll go with Seraphim. That may be correct, but there's also, if you can, you may want to have it checked out. Acid reflux can have reasons in that it then seems like it calms down after you yourself calm down, but yeah, you might want, if you have the opportunity, to talk with a doctor about it. Maybe as easy that, yes, if you calm yourself down, that is enough, but there might be more. Or maybe I'm reading too much into it, in which case I do hope that you will be telling me, and then I'll properly apologize and so on. And yeah. So it's annoying, but not terribly bad, like disrupting sleep bad or stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't feel as aggressive. Actually quite happy to hear that. Let's push forward like this, I think. And then one over here like this. I do want a spy plane out already, and I am looking pretty good with mass. So I do need to push this a little bit harder, unfortunately. And then more T1 P-gens. And here I am going land. And I am unfortunately seriously crashing out here. Neither mass nor energy is good. Got our first scout. That is an important one. I absolutely do want to know where my enemy is and keep an eye on him. I think that is very understandable. But if you know what can help, that already feels... It's going to make you feel less helpless against it. Okay, so he's over here. I will be wanting to start defending here. Ugh, it's not like that I dislike sour, but having that constantly, all the time, being the one taste you have in your mouth, feels not very nice. Okay. I'm going to be putting down a naval facility. I am... Yeah, okay. That it would. Milk and cheese would help with that. Absorb the acid and help a lot with the taste. Let's make 8 mantis, a scout for every 8 mantis, or a land scout rather for every 8 mantis. And then absorb this, go yoink, yoink this. That should do. That should be helping a little bit. Okay, we're at +4. And let me push out immediately towards here then. It may have been a reflex of your stomach to basically going like, ooh, okay, I need to digest something a lot more fatty than usual. Let me get some extra power in for that. That is quite unfortunate. I don't have a need and an ability to support yet the T2 there. Let me get onto the island, take these and get a PD. Get a PD up, get a point defense up, and get a air factory up. Yeah, I'm not like the most knowledgeable nutritionist, but I do understand that there are some foods that can make your acid reflux worse. And I do need to build chips. That's annoying. Let me build like 10 of them. At least I'm hovering around 0 at the moment with the mass. Not quite yet done. Come on. I do want to keep pushing here. Let's do the same in this factory. And I immediately have more I can do. Let me have a look. If I go there, can I put something onto that island there in particular? Oh, okay, you're kidding me. At least I have some stuff I can send over. Bloody OEF already stealing the island from me. You may want to stop early. And since we're done with the bomber production, I have to tech something up. Seriously though. Okay, I can't. It's not yet finished, so I can't take it. So I need to do the destruction the old-fashioned way, and I do need to get rid of the point defense before I can really do anything. Point defense, air defense, factory. Yeah, I would have guessed so. Arby's is a burger place, if I do remember that correctly. And they do seem to be able to do food that's a lot greasier than normal. A sandwich place. So more like Subway? Or am I making a silly mistake there? Well, you can get hot... you can get hot... Subways. It's probably something I have little enough experience of that it would keep confusing me. Okay, I can... Can I get up there? Okay, I can drive up here. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a risk. No, let's rather do it here, and I can't. Okay, that is not great. That's not a great radar installation, especially since I am already a bit low, but it's standing in a much nicer position than it would be otherwise. And there's a bloody... Somebody put a bloody point defense over there. Okay. Let's put... And they're building, and they are building. Let's see if that is close enough to go into attack range. To drop into attack range more than like. Okay. 2, 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Let's put some... where are they? Energy storages between all of these facilities. Okay, minus 25 is fine. Oh, that is going to spike, though. Okay, these are all T2, and I'm still not quick going outwards with the mass stuff here. No, I do not have enough range. I see what is going on, though, and that is already good. Okay, that's a bruised tank. I will need to mass some because there is a point defense there. Burgers without the beef patty. Yeah. I think the taste is the most important thing. And even if it is quite greasy, it can be very tasty. Well, I'd expect it actually to be quite tasty. Greasy things tend to be very tasty from an in and of themselves. How much do I still have left? And get to capping these a little bit. gyros, fish, chicken sandwiches. So quite a variety, except if I understood this correctly, little with beef directly. Yeah, we are getting a little hampered here. As long as I can take them one-on-one. My replacement rate is high enough. But they are struggling to keep up, which might only be the case until I get into range of the point defense. Okay, can I get the engineer before the point defense shoots at us? I did get it, but... oh, bloody hell, double point defenses. Give me some gunships. Okay, I have now hopefully enough to re-enable all of this. Close, but it's doing the job. I don't know why I already have... okay, that explains it. That explains everything. These are storages. These are bloody storages. Roast beef sliced to perfection. Well, before it can be sliced to perfection, it also needs to be roasted to perfection. Okay, no wonder I have 400,000 in stuff there, but low energy production itself. Okay, let me have a look if I can't go snag me some engineers here. And then afterwards snag me some PD. Get this corner in this run, but I didn't get... I did have some issues with the other corner now. I am very happy to hear that they make tasty food. Maybe the second most important thing for... oh, there is an air point defense railgun there. Can I shoot you down? No, I can't. Okay, I need to have a few more here. You are going to upgrade. Get me some more out here. Sheesh. If it is as good as you say it is, that is very understandable. Of course, now we're getting attacked from both sides. Okay, they are pulling back a little bit here. Do I still have an engineer? Give me a second. Land factory here. And with all of my troubles, I hope that I'm not getting wiped here. Let's pull the commander over. He is going to be helpful. And I am going to be putting down another factory to upgrade here. Let's upgrade this one. Okay, a few more gunships here. Let's put down some more air defense, and let's put down a radar here as well. Together with P-gens. It is surprising on how much people can be missing food-wise. Okay. I do need to be a bit aggressive now because let's put some stuff up here. It's good to have good food, and I'm happy that it's working out well for them. Okay, I hope they didn't push too much into T2 yet there. Upgrade you to another HQ. I can absolutely overcharge here. I'm probably going to get murdered here. Yeah, no, probably this is... Okay, they blasted by. Okay, that overcharge was good.
System enabled.
They are pulling back here. And that's bad, that's very bad. Can I build you up with a commander again? Shh. Okay. Let's clean out that way. Here we are going to be rebuilding there, and we'll be coming over here. Let's get a few more over here. Okay, it looks like I can be stabilizing. I absolutely will do that. Just... getting pushed a bit here. Okay, you're fine. We can upgrade you. T2 and up. Okay, nice ranked in Veteran C now. And we do need to pump units here. Let's get some air defense in as well. Do a bit more capping here. And also move to cap these. So there is nothing from the enemy over there anymore. Okay, and I do not have shield gens in this case. Sheesh. Okay. Let's push my naval facilities as well. And I'm feeling like I'm starting to stabilize. Let's push some T3 stuff. And some more upgrades in the mass stuff. Let's put... you're a T2, yeah. Let's get some T3 engineers. So currently the inner part is was well observed, and I do wanted some here, but apparently the enemy does not enjoy me having a radar so close. Okay. And since I do not have mobile shield generators, I will need to use the unfortunate shield gens that they do have. Unfortunate because they are not the most... They're not the best at getting stuff. And I have good reserves, so let's upgrade nicely here. So, even when I don't 100% catch the differences, it's a clear difference between the races, and that makes for a very quite a different experience here. You should not be able to get far. I may put some Cerberus turrets into there just to stop engineers coming up. And what I do need to do now is that I keep checking properly quickly. What? No, you are building stuff. You're not teching. Let me get another air factory in here. Okay, I don't need quite so many, but I will be doing some more like this as well. Which might mean that these units never become quite as strong. And ooh, that's not good. You repair. Let's put 2 more factories down there that I can upgrade once we're through here. Okay. Oh, this is not looking good. That was not good at all. Okay. That got them done. Ah, this is not... This is seriously suboptimal. I know that's wrong. I need more HQs. Okay. Let's push forward with more here. I do need more units just to be able to keep up. This is seriously a blow. And then I also absolutely want to defend that a little bit more. Okay, the heavy bots don't yet get through. But my own air is now very much at risk. Okay, that might... Those might go down, but that is... There are worse things at the moment. Hey, I'm holding on, and I am at least slowly also continuing to upgrade stuff. And we have another big bot coming over here. As soon as those become regulars, that's going to be an issue. Okay. HQ, HQ. Probably this is now going to be my earliest T3 factory. And at least defense is looking stable. If currently not much else. To Salem to Siren, come on. Okay. Over pushed that. Yeah, the air superiority fighters are going to be a pain to get down. Let's also increase this one here. Okay. First order of business, more power. Come over here. More air defense. Okay. Getting some decent upgrades in. Let's cap these off as well. Okay. One more air factory. You are my HQ, if I remember this correctly. Air HQ upgrade. Some more to get power here, and let's build a big ship. Yeah, and I guess power. Cap them off. This is already capped. There we go. Cap, and cap. I don't need you. I need bricks out of you afterwards. Okay. Power is looking good. Good enough that I can now soon upgrade these, push out bricks, and that is going to win me the game for sure. I'll try my usual push I've done with the other races, but I do worry that that might not work out in this case. Hop, hop. Let's see how much we can do. But I am pushing bricks out afterwards, and those are absolutely going to go ham on here. Some more T3 over here. I think I will be needing to send you out to cap them. They are all upgrading. never pushed the largest amount of naval units, so that is one of the things that I can consider myself lucky, and seriously, I do think that this ship alone would currently be able to finish out the match. Let's not forget the commander. Yeah, no. I am not pushing through this time. Seriously, even the Galaxy might not be able to do the job. Okay, I do have some more power now. Still, let's push a few more out. Let's drain a bit more mass. Oh, I've not said you can retreat. Or probably I have said they can retreat, but that was not the idea here. Okay, that is painful for mass. But if I do have any engineers here, I should be able to go aggressively slurp all of the stuff up here. Which is at least going to extend my mass stock. Okay, the Galaxy is going to do some work here. And I do have something I do want to take care of in that case. Okay. I completely forgot to set down missile defenses. Okay. And with the reclaim done by him here, I do have a... Okay, and that is not going to be a finished fat boy. That would have been nasty how that even rolled down here. Okay. That is introducing a lot more stuff now, and I do think with the bricks here and everything I ought to be able to push in here with support from oh, they already finished the fat boy. This is looking like a mess. Where is my commander? Build. Build Monkey Lord. Upgrade. Put another Galaxy class in here. Okay, the Salems did not have much luck. But neither does this fat boy survive. Had that rolled down as soon as it was finished, that would have killed me, I'm sure. Okay, the destruction up there is looking good. And I have bricks coming by. But everything is heavily defended. Okay. Using up some more stuff here. But all in all, we're looking pretty good. They are losing reactors here, and the bombardment is steady. Okay. Okay, the one thing I now absolutely want to find is the comm. There we are. And with that, I'll be able to keep my promise and look at the... Well, I would have kept my promise anyway, but I think, Tira, you haven't left yet. And with a victory here... Sheesh. Okay, the Cybran have some issues for my playstyle. Things that I do not need to worry about as much for others. And I can take a look now. Yeah, that's a cute pillow. I like it. It looks very comfy. And the gravy shirt, is that from London? Cool. It is a very cute shirt, I have to say. I do like it. I do like it. very, it's nice. Both the pillow and the shirt. Yeah, and it did take myself a while to be able to have the time to look at it. Probably crashed. Okay, no, it didn't crash the game. Happy to see that. Again, this was okay. Yeah, I'm not the best Cybran. I'll practice it a little bit because there is a need to practice. Strategy games have the... You need to understand how all of the races work, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and you're not going to learn that if you do not play them, at least from time to time. But I expect that that with the Seraphim, I'm going to have a very different experience. Again, keeping the same map, keeping the same AI, keeping the same build order. Okay, I do hope that I have the enemy immediately adjacent again. And chances are good that it is going to be working out that way. Simply because of how geometry works. Let's do that like this. 5 out. Do some reclaim on the way to the power. Do some reclaim over here on the way to more mass. And build a few more factories. And I do hope that this one doesn't pull itself quite as much as the Cybran one did. So we're doing some reclaim and then... Nope. There we go. And I do think that I'm going to do it more like this, and in this case these are power plants and not annoying storage. Must say that I wasn't unhappy about the huge amount of storage that I had, but it felt quite a bit too much. Mass storage, okay. Need to be a bit careful there. And I do want some more things from over here. And then one land factory and one naval yard. I'll know in a timely fashion where my enemy is and what he's doing so far. The latest will be when he is... Would he be... I'd find him at his latest after getting to there. Okay. Engineer to land factories here. Quite aggressively pushing out this way already. Next engineer, you go onto the island. PD, air defense, collectaton, and mass extractors. And with how much mass I currently have, I don't mind upgrading or starting upgrades. So, scout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and repeat. And I suddenly have no mass at all anymore. Okay, I don't mind. We're going to fetch these a little bit earlier then. Yeah, let's do it like that, but I think seriously I'm going to do it slightly differently. I do have another one here. Going to come pick up this and immediately like this together with that. And I am at minus 12 mass, which is actually quite a bit. Now let's make some bombers. Interceptor bomber and then a big pack of interceptors. Okay, I'm not yet seeing anything here. Maybe I can prevent that. Thus hem him in a lot more. And we're having more ads running in a few minutes. So for everybody who's getting those ads, thank you very much for your patience with and during them. And it is very much appreciated. Thank you. I do want to pull the commander over here. We're playing another Seraphim. Okay, let's see if we can't remove that one. Uh-oh. I have to break that tether. Luckily, I'll be winning that contest. 2, 2, 2. Phew. Okay. Let's put down another one. You are going to do the tasty mass stuff. Can we do something here? It's only the back available. Let's take you, another land factory here. A few boats. Okay. All looking okay so far. Some more. No. That's the wrong. These. Let's reclaim the engineer he sent in here as well and then build an air factory. Okay. Can I secure that line? That'd be cool. He is also coming to scout me. That is unsurprising. Let's put up a gun upgrade here. These are quite useful. This is going to go T2 immediately. And luckily that is working out. Speed and range, very nice. With the energy storages, I am already looking quite good for this construction effort here specifically. Let's put some more pressure on. Okay. Power is starting to be an issue. Let's reduce power usage here. Still barely now on the in the green. Okay, I'm getting going to get another nice boost once those are done. And as it looks, I'm going to be able to have another successful defense line here. The air transport probably landed something. Yeah, no, I do need a lot more energy back into storage. I'm seriously barely scraping by. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Get some more energy storage immediately here. And there's almost nothing. I'm getting a bit more again. I'm going to immediately drain that tank again. Okay. I did the upgrade. Let's put the radar somewhere more defensible in the middle here. Why can't I? That went out quite a lot further than I expected. So there we go. I'll be putting down, I think, another 2-point defenses over here. And then put another radar over here. Hopefully I can ring that nicely. It's missing a little bit. That's too bad, but it could be much worse. Okay, and I am getting... And I'm continuing nicely here. I think I'm going to be pushing to T3 immediately. Are you kidding me? You look away for a second. Dang it, they really made a big hole into that. Okay, let's see. I don't think there should be anything. No, there is more. Of course they have more tanks over there. Okay, that's going to be more an annoyance than a proper hiccup. Cap these, please. Sheesh, okay. Let's replenish here a little bit more. Ought to be able to put a stop to these at the moment. Go to the factories. And put out a bit more pain again. It's either bombers or interceptors. Looks like the latter. Yeah, indeed, they're a good bunch of interceptors. Okay, let's drain our funds, our massive funds a bit more here. Although I do not have the mass for it, unfortunately. Oh, they already upgraded. Nice. More mass upgrades. We can upgrade the radar ones. We can upgrade this radar once. Upgrade. There we go. How the hell did you manage that? I thought I had some anti-air there. No, not anti-air, but some defense there. Apparently that doesn't count. At least not in the way they pushed it. Some more stuff here. Also going to be finishing this upgrade. Okay. I am feeling stable, and I think that is all I can currently really ask. Ooh, can't upgrade my naval facilities yet. Okay, can I... Can I go fetch these? And these. As long as it's not too bad, I think I can go take some reclaim from here as well. That's unfortunate. I'm going to stop you, I'm going to upgrade you, and I'm going to bring a few T2 engineers out of here. Okay. He has built naval facilities. He has seriously built naval facilities. Okay. I think this is going to be painful. a bit more anti-air here. Okay. I think like that it's going to be amassing something very painful for my opponent. Okay. Let's push up to here and then do the reclaim aggressively. Are you kidding me? Okay. You stop, you upgrade. Seriously though, no, I want everybody here to upgrade at the moment. And power is going to be looking fine. And this is basically infinite because I didn't pay attention. Minus 18. Rebuild. Cap. 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 So I can push here a little bit more. This is all capped. Cap. And cap, 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 cap. Let's pause you. Still a lot of factories that want to work and so on. Okay, if I'm building an experimental, I want to build an Iwasa. But I don't think I need to be pushing that hard. Are you kidding me? Okay, no, I do need to push now. might be winning this, but I've got some probably backpack ACU stuff in there. There's also some T3 stuff coming already, but this should be... I'd be surprised if this isn't enough. Okay. I was ready for the push. So this worked decently, but I really need to get to be able to get onto some ladders. I think that is not what I'm going to do next week. Next week I am going to be playing Pokemon in this slot, and then the week after Supreme Commander until I finish with Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I do want to finish up the story part of the end game. And then I'll be doing a lot more Supreme Commander. And it's a bit of an issue. That's always a bit of an issue. My planning is pretty full and I don't have time to stream more, which I'd like. Could showcase more games, but 5 days a week is already pretty full. So the only thing I could do is actually have Monday go longer. And no, I'm not sure. I don't think I'd be able to do that too well. That being said, we are coming towards the end of stream. Quick schedule. So tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is going to be the normal times. So from 13 to 18 o'clock Central European time, or from 7 to 12 Eastern Standard Time, respectively. I'll be streaming tomorrow more Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Then next week, it's like you should know it, and then you forget half about it. Yeah, and then I'm going to do Mystic Quests and some AC6 if I get the chance. I hope that I finish with AC6. I do hope that I can finish AC6 in the 20 hours that I have requisitioned, because otherwise I'll be running long. And something no, I have 1 week of buffer. I have 30 hours instead of the 20 hours, so I ought to be able to finish. And then I'm going to do put some Supreme Commander and Pokemon and stuff in to ensure that I finish all of that. And on the 6th of April, I'll be starting one of my favorite RPGs ever, Persona 3 Portable. Why Portable? Because I do think that in the remake they did a few things that takes away from the characters. I'll be discussing it as we are coming up on the portable version to the moments where the changes happen. Some additions that aren't too bad, but unnecessary in a way, that feel unnecessary if you know the story from before. And I'll be discussing those as they come up. I'll also be posting every day onto YouTube, so every day played in-game is going to be posted to YouTube on that specific day. The skips that are in there, I'll be posting the skips as but so quite a few videos coming up. And I'm really looking forward to that, and it is after all one of my favorite games. But that is coming, as I said, on the 6th of April. Until then, there is still a little bit of time, and I already announced what I'm going to be playing, and I now need to take a look at finding something else for you to watch today. If you do have a suggestion for a raid, please feel free to put it into chat. Suggestions are always welcome. I'll take them into considerations, but I'm not promising that I'm going to be taking them. If I'm not going to have any suggestions, I think I might raid out to Tanu Candy today. So, yeah. I'm not seeing anything in chat, so we'll be raiding over to Tanu Candy. I hope you're going to be enjoying her stream as much as you did mine, and she's currently playing Final Fantasy VII. That being said, thank you very much to everybody who joined me today. It has been a pleasure. I've had a fun stream. I learned a little bit more. I learned that Cybran are not necessarily my race I want to play, and UEF might fit my style actually even more than the Aeon do, but I do like the later Aeon units better than the early Aeon units. But again, it's hard to say against the AI. I do need to get a few ladder matches in. Maybe I'll manage to do some ladder matches until the next stream in 2 weeks. Until then, thank you very much for having been here, and I am rambling, aren't I, as the timer is ticking down. Thank you very much, everybody, for having been here. I should not ramble too much on longer, but I do want to say thank you to everybody who's been here. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see all of you again soon. Maybe tomorrow, but as always, it's a suggestion, not a necessity. And I just rate it. Okay, das irgendwo was schief.
Today they start. Oh. Thank you, Dev. How is the pre-commander? I hope that was going well. We are currently losing in a card game. So it's not for children. No, come back there. It's fine. I can do stuff, so it's fine. I'm good. How are you, Death Star? Thanks so much for the raid. We are currently playing what's this game called? We're currently playing
Let's give these good people a show.
the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. And we're losing at a cards
More where
game
that came from.
currently.